Hey guys, welcome back to another day trading recap video. Today is Wednesday the 25th of May, and this is probably one of the first times you'll ever see me sitting down during a recap video. And the reason for that is I took a nap. I just went to bed. I thought the market was so bad in terms of trading pre-market small caps that I was like, I'm not going to stick around for this. So I took like a 30-minute nap and I'm back looking at the market now, and there was some opportunity that popped up a little bit later. I would have not traded it because I always stop around 10 a.m. anyway, and this opportunity popped up a little bit later. So let's talk about the trades I did do before I wrapped up, and then also let's talk about BKSY because that one's actually looking really nice, and I want to talk a little bit about what this ticker's up to. So let's dive into it without further ado. TOS trading screen up and running. Okay, boom, there we have it. I'm down $37 today. Very small scratch day. You guys know if I'm up or down, you know, $300, I feel like it's a scratch day. Like once I get over that, you know, 4 or 5% mark based on like a $10,000 average position size, that's when I'm like, okay, well that was like a, you know, green or red day. So today, total scratch day, nothing really too interesting to talk about. ELEV, you know, really quickly here. Just kind of popped up really quickly. I tried to make a few attempts on it, but it wasn't really that interesting. It's a biotech here, 24 million shares outstanding, and look at that market cap, 91 million. So classic small cap with high relative volume. But you know, backside pattern popping up here, a lot of resistance above. So it was really struggling today, and you could really see it on the 1 minute how much it was struggling. Like all these attempts to break higher that just never really panned out, and now it's basically no volume anymore, and it's dead. So this ticker, yeah, I tried. I think I was green here. I had a green trade here, and then I went back for the last trade to look for a break over, you know, 4.5 into 4.6, 4.7, 4.8. We didn't get that. I closed this one for a loss, and I was just like, you know, why am I even bothering today? You know, it's so slow out there. And somebody in the Discord actually called it out, Snap, saying, you know, it's probably better to trade large caps today. And I agree. Snap actually looked pretty good. Let's go to it really fast. And it's still looking really good. And the overall SPY is, look at this. The SPY is up 0.7%, so not really too bad there. Whoops. Let me go back to Snap. So this was really nice. This is what I was looking at. It had a nice 5-minute breakout here, 1 minute pullback, and then a continuation. I should have been trading it, and then I usually wrap up around 10 a.m. So I start trading at 7 a.m. pre-market till 10. So it's 3 hours. That's slot. I usually don't trade much longer than that unless like I'm in a trade at 10 o'clock, and then, you know, it's a beautiful front side, and I'm running that front side, and it goes however long it goes. If that's 10:15, 10:30, 10:45, I'll continue trading then. But if it's flat, I'm gonna, you know, call it because I got other things to do. So yeah, I should have probably traded Snap. I could have got back green on it, and that was probably the best opportunity on the day until BKSY popped up, and we'll talk about that in a second. But you know, Snap in general had a huge sell-off, and after their earnings, or not their earnings, but their Q2 guidance, so they reduced their guidance. So that was the big sell-off here. And now they're having a bit of a bounce, most likely a dead cat bounce. I don't really see them, you know, retesting 20 in the next day or two. But yeah, that was basically what we're seeing today: huge dead cat bounce, potentially dead cat bounce, and yeah, I could have got a little bit more aggressive on that one for sure. But then I was like, you know, there's those markets you wake up and you could make, you know, 5, 10, 20% based on your average position size, riding a really nice front side, getting super aggressive. And today was just not that kind of day. It was kind of a day where you could just watch a lot and then, you know, hopefully you don't make any mistakes. So on those kind of situations, usually best to just kind of call it. Let's go to BKSY and see what this one's up to. Wow, it's still kicking right now. So part of me like wants to get aggressive on this ticker. And the other part of me is just like, you know, leave it alone. Let's just watch it, and I don't know. Hopefully tomorrow will be a better day. I think that's usually the best way to approach the market. It's not about making money or losing money today or tomorrow. You know, it's all about longevity, and I'm in this game for, you know, as long as I can. I don't really see myself stopping trading anytime, really ever. You know, maybe at one point I'll do more investing than trading, but I really just enjoy trading, and you never really want one day to make or break you. So that's why I'm, you know, a day like today, I'm just totally fine taking off. So this one, BKSY, backside pattern, but high relative volume, kind of very similar to ELEV. Let's see here. Professional service company, 120 million shares outstanding and 245 million market cap. That's kind of on the high end. Let's keep marking this one out a little bit more. So we have a big support zone that came in here, and also right around here at like 226. Let's keep those areas in mind. And then let's see here, what's the catalyst? Why is this ticker up? We had some of the first catalyst coming out at 10:20, so that's when it started moving. And then we had some news right here. Black Sky awarded 10-year electro-optical commercial layer contract with the U.S. government. Okay, small cap with U.S. government contract. That's always a good catalyst. That's actually one of my favorite. Anytime a small company works with the government or a large cap, boom, those are some of my favorite catalysts. Okay, so let's dive into the 5-minute here and see what's up with this one. So yeah, huge resistance here around like 146. That's what we mapped out on the daily just now, and that really came from this big support zone right here. That's what I mapped out. Let's go back to the 5-minute, zoom in on this one. When it broke that area, we had one last retest, and then this one just rocketed up another 47% after, with an initial climb here of like 84%. So really good to see something like that. It doesn't even have that much volume on the day yet. Mainly because it's just popping up here, didn't do any pre-market trading. So it's only been trading 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It's really been active for like 30 minutes. This was all more or less a wash with no volume. So kind of crazy. The volume is really nice though. Anytime you see something over 2 million shares being traded after the market opens, that's really good. 1 million shares being traded at pre-market, that's pretty good. Especially this price is okay. This is definitely on the lower end of the range between $2 and $7 of what I like, but yeah, at least it didn't start as a sub-dollar. I think that was probably a better start for it. So let's go now to the intraday and see how this one performs. So yeah, 5-minute breakout, 1-minute pullback, boom, 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 really nice. All of this would have been pretty tradable if you caught it in time. Although I think I would have been a little bit nervous here in this area. It probably wouldn't have been. And then here we had a big red doji candle, so that's a little bit sketchy, but then we started crawling up higher. Usually right after a doji candle, what the next two candles do is very decisive, so that's a really important move that it actually ended up pulling higher. Then we had one of the nicer 5-minute pullbacks right here in this area, and you could have been sizing up in here. That would have been part of our strategy, right? As long as you're on the front side, we're holding the 9 EMA, it's technically still a buy. So this would have probably been the best trade right here. That's a 20% breakout. So yeah, that would have been the killer of the day. That was around 10:30. No way I probably would have been watching that one. Even if it was an active morning, I would have probably stopped somewhere around this area. So I don't really feel any FOMO. I don't feel like I missed this because it's just not part of my trading strategy, not part of my hours, and it's really that simple. But it's nice to see something like this. I love seeing stocks like this because it just makes me feel like maybe we're going to get back into that momentum again that we haven't really been seeing the last 5 weeks or so. It's been so slow out there. So I like seeing this. Hopefully tomorrow, maybe we'll get one as well. Maybe a little bit closer to market open or even pre-market would be ideal for me. But hey, we'll see what happens. Where do I think this one's going to go? Well, right now the volume is stalling out here quite a bit. So that's not the best sign. But it's still, around 1 million shares being traded. That's pretty okay. I usually like to look at the daily and see what's going on. Well, this ticker overall is on a backside, but it looks like it bottomed out a little bit. It found somewhat of a bottom. Now it's making a new high, and it's definitely on a new front side trend. It really needs to break over this $2 zone, and it really, ideally, like 250 or so. That's where this next big resistance zone is. So let's go ahead and mark this area right around 2.5. You can see we had that first retest here, bounce, retest again, bounce, retest again, bounce, and then eventually we broke this, and that's really what started the downward cycle. So that's a really important area to watch. I think if we could break 2.5, this ticker could probably run pretty fast all the way to 3 or so. So that would be the next zone I would be watching. But right now there's a huge price level or resistance level right around 2.3 to 2.5. So that's the spot to watch. But I wouldn't be surprised a ticker like this with such a nice catalyst. I wouldn't be surprised if we actually saw it again tomorrow pop up, as long as the company doesn't do anything shady like, run an offering or sell shares at the market. I think then that would be pretty much KO for BKSY. But as long as no, shady news comes out, this ticker has a high chance for actually having a continuation. So maybe if we see this ticker actually hold its highs today, maybe start consolidating at the market close around $2, maybe has a spike in the afternoon or so during power hour. This could definitely be a potential gap up play for tomorrow. So have a nice stair stepper into tomorrow. And I wouldn't be surprised if we were trading it around $3 tomorrow. Anything's possible. This is not financial advice, just my pure opinion. I will not be trading it overnight. I don't really like doing that. I'm not a big overnight swing trader. I do it occasionally, but there's no way I'm going to do it in this market. Absolutely not. But I got to say, BKSY is one of the nicer looking tickers I have seen. So who knows? I know I'm just ready to get a little bit more action in here because, it has been slow. Where are we at? May? Yeah, we're in May right now. So look at this. On Monday, I barely did any trades, or I had barely any profits. Yesterday, I barely had any trades. Luckily, a little bit more profit. But, in general, it's just been very slow. I haven't had really many days over, $500, which is like in a hotter market. If I'm making $500, I'm like, it was okay. For example, like in April, it got a little bit hotter. So we were having a little bit better days. Like, for example, pretty consistent around 500 here. So April, I walked away with like 6.5 thousand, I think, dollars profit. So far in May, it really feels like more of a scratch month. So I'm not too optimistic on having a fire end to May. But again, I don't want to make any biases. Let's say apply, and then we'll go down here and let's see what we can find out. So daily. Our growth has been a little bit slow so far this year. You can see also we're not really having big days, wins or losses, and my overall volume is also dropping. Probably a little bit easier to see on the weekly. You can see my volume in general has dropped quite significantly. My nominal profit has dropped quite significantly as well. And then if we just go for the monthly view, luckily we're able to still maintain some really nice front side momentum, or overall we're green. Looks a little bit better on the daily. Let me hide this and this. We are able to walk away with some profits, but it's just, it hasn't been like that nice accelerated growth that we saw from summer 2020 till 2021. And then near the end of 2021, it got a little bit hairy, especially because all the traveling I was doing. This was a really tough time for me because of the lack of sleep I was really getting on the road. That was really rough. Now it's a little bit cleaner in terms of like my work schedule. I'm more relaxed, I'm more focused, but the market's just not really here for it. So I'm ready to size up. I'm ready to start scaling to these positions, but I have to be patient for the market to be ready for it as well, because no matter how ready I am, I actually need something to trade. I need something to start scaling into. I need a little bit of continuation. So until we get that, I got to be, really pause off so I don't do anything silly, get myself in trouble. And that's what I'm waiting here for. Remember, you can always check out more on my profile just by going to tradejournal.co/Winkler, and you can see all of my portfolios and my recent trades and posts and everything like that. All right, guys, that's all for this video. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you have a great rest of your trading day. I'll see you then first thing tomorrow morning. Like always, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao.